This happened last summer. Me and my girlfriend Taylor had been saving up for a real vacation. Not one of those weekend road trips, I mean an actual getaway. We found this gorgeous cliffside villa in southern Italy on a site called Stay a While. The photos looked insane. Blue water, private pool, infinity views, no neighbours for miles. It was one of those once-in-a-lifetime deals. But it wasn't listed on any of the big rental platforms. That should have been my first red flag. We landed, rented a car and drove an hour along winding roads to get there. The villa was even more stunning in person. Everything was perfect. Stone floors, quiet breeze, the sea down below. No reception, no neighbours, just us. The owner had left a note on the kitchen counter. "Welcome. Enjoy your stay. Please don't wander down the cliff path after dark." That was it. Taylor laughed. Creepy local folklore stuff. But something about it stuck in my head. The first night was peaceful. We drank wine by the pool, listened to waves crashing below. But around 2 a.m. I woke up to this tapping sound. It wasn't wind or leaves, it was deliberate, like someone was tapping on the bedroom window. I got up and checked, nothing there. But on the glass there was a single fingerprint. Taylor said I was dreaming, but I know what I saw. The next morning I walked around the back of the villa. That's when I saw it. The cliff path. It was barely noticeable unless you were looking for it. Narrow, steep, and led down behind some jagged rocks. I thought about that note again. Why mention the path? Why not just lock the gate? There was something unsettling about how quiet it was out there, like the whole place was watching. Later that evening, Taylor was scrolling through photos we took that day. She suddenly froze. "Who's that?" She handed me her phone. There was a photo of the two of us at the pool, taken with the self-timer. But in the background, just at the edge of the rocks, there was a man, standing, watching. We zoomed in, but the image was blurry. No face, no motion blur, just stillness. We didn't take any more photos after that. That night, around 3 a.m., I heard the sliding glass door creak. We had locked it. I got up and tiptoed into the living room. The door was open, just slightly, a breeze blowing in, no footprints, no signs of a break-in. But on the floor inside the villa, placed carefully, a seashell, clean, perfect, white. We didn't collect seashells. We left the next morning, didn't even wait for sunrise, drove straight to the airport, didn't speak much. A few days later, I emailed the rental host just to ask if anyone else had stayed recently or if staff might have come by. No reply. I tried the Stay a While site again. The listing was gone, not booked, not inactive, gone. I even reverse image searched the villa photos. Turns out, nah, they were stock images. That wasn't a real rental. It wasn't even a real host. We got lucky. Whoever was out there, they didn't break in. They didn't hurt us. They just wanted to be seen, to get close, to leave something behind. And the worst part, we don't know if we were their first or just their latest. We booked this getaway after a rough winter. Me, my girlfriend Rachel, and two of our friends, Aaron and Jen. We found a place called the Pines Lodge on this obscure travel website. It looked cozy, secluded, affordable. Reviews were few, but all 5 stars. The listing said, no Wi-Fi, no distractions, just you and the forest. Sounded perfect. We packed up the car and drove 3 hours into the mountains. The place looked a little older than the photos. The porch creaked, the paint peeled, and inside smelled like damp wood and mothballs. But it had charm, a wood stove, big windows, 4 bedrooms, and total silence outside, not even birds. We figured we'd settle in, cook dinner, and relax. But something felt off. There were no personal touches, no signs it was ever lived in, almost like the place was staged. That night around 10 p.m. we heard tires on gravel. A truck. Aaron peeked out the window. It was an old, beat-up pickup, headlights off. It parked at the bottom of the drive. We waited, expecting someone to knock, but they never came. The truck just sat there, engine idling. After 15 minutes, it backed up slowly and left. We tried calling the host. No signal. We tried the landline. It was dead. Next morning, we decided to pack up early. But the front door wouldn't open. It wasn't jammed. It was latched shut from the outside. Same with the back. The windows were nailed, not screwed, nailed. Someone had locked us in. That's when we found it. A camera. tiny, tucked inside a smoke detector. We pulled it down, unplugged everything, but that's when we heard it. A knock. We didn't wait. Aaron smashed one of the side windows. We tied blankets, climbed out. Rachel twisted her ankle, but we made it into the trees. We kept off the road, ran through the woods. We saw that truck again, parked deeper in the forest now. Empty, doors open. But this time, there were 3 sets of footprints leading away from it, and none of them pointed back. We walked nearly 3 miles before we found a highway. A couple in an RV picked us up. We didn't tell them the full story. Who would believe it? We reported the lodge. Police said it was under investigation. But here's the thing. A week later, that same listing was still up. New photos, new name, same porch, same truck in the background. Somebody was running a setup, and we were almost their guests, for good. It started with a promo ad. Verano Hills Villa, luxury stay at half price. A modern villa tucked into a quiet hillside town. Private pool, panoramic view, 10 minutes from the beach. Me and my boyfriend Jay booked it instantly. We needed a break. Work had been draining, and this looked perfect. Too perfect. The only catch? You had to book directly with the host. No Airbnb, no VRBO, just email and a direct deposit. When we arrived, the streets were empty. No tourists, no locals. Shops shuttered, dogs sleeping in silence. The villa, though, it was spotless. Modern kitchen, jacuzzi, smart lighting, but no welcome note, no manual, no visible Wi-Fi network. Jay joked, maybe we're the first guests. Later that night, I walked past the guest bedroom, and I swear I saw someone standing there, just for a split second. But it was empty when I checked. We explored the house the next morning. At the back, behind the garage, we found a locked door with no handle, flush against the wall. Like it wasn't meant to be seen. Jay knocked on it, joking it was the panic room. But from the other side, we heard a faint thud, like someone pressing against the wall. We laughed it off, told ourselves it was pipes or something. That night, while Jay slept, I heard it again. A knock from inside the house. Next day, we tried watching Netflix on the villa's smart TV. But the screen opened to something else, a camera feed. At first, we thought it was the front gate. But then we saw us in the living room. Same clothes, same angle. It was live. We scrambled to turn it off. But before we could, it flipped to another room. A view of the guest bedroom. Empty. Then someone walked across the frame. Not Jay, not me. We didn't pack, we just ran. But the villa gate wouldn't open. Jay tried the panel. It said access restricted. No phone signal. He started climbing the wall. That's when a loudspeaker crackled from somewhere. Guests must remain until checkout time. We froze. Who said that? We sprinted through the garden, found a gap in the wall, and squeezed out. The whole time, I felt like we were being watched. We made it to a nearby cafe, told the woman behind the counter what happened. She just stared. That villa's been empty for 2 years. No one's rented it since the missing couple. We tried showing her the site we booked through. It was gone. No records, no email trail, even our bank transfer, reversed. It was like none of it had happened.